Hey, R. Kelly, I believe I can fly.
This was all over a sentence. The judge was about to head down like, yeah, I didn't get all this. It's very dramatic video. That's just doing the user. And this person was in court for attempted battery. And during the court proceedings, the man lunges over the death to the judge. Take a look at it.
It's like, if he did that to the judge, like, come on. Like, that's kind of his fault. Thank you. Like, come on.
Really incredible stuff. That goes
Incredible. Like, it was impressive at that point. Because, like, how do you jump that far?
Hey, Brainiacs, how you guys doing today? Hope you've been enjoying your week. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of My Humble Opinion. I am at C.A.M's Braid, and I'm always with my lovely co-host.
Contessa Couture, Arts.
Arts. Why are you saying it so quick?
Oh, because I want to throw you
You have
off.
to say it slower.
No.
You have to let them feel.
I had to let it fester in your mind so you can keep guessing. You know, it's like, and just
Say
like,
fester.
I didn't like that.
linger.
You're so confused.
You know what I mean?
You have to say it at the right, like with the right bravado.
Okay.
Like you didn't let us wait for it. It's usually like wait for it.
It's like, wait for it?
Let's try one more time. I'm at C.A.M's Braid, and I'm always with my lovely co-host, Contessa Couture. Arts.
I was waiting longer this time.
Why you didn't wait that long?
Because I want to throw you off.
No.
And we
You don't
also
throw me
have
off. You have to let go.
Jigglypuff 5000.
Jigglypuff 5,000. How you doing, Jigglypuff? I think you're giving her some shimmies more than jiggles. We're already there. Anywho,
Anyway.
how you doing, Jigglypuff 5,000?
I'm doing great, man.
You sure?
Yeah, hello. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm doing great.
I gotta tell them.
I sound fine. That's why I don't say anything.
15 episodes, and I'm
Oh my
still
God.
like,
If I talk in this, I'm peeking the mic. That's why I don't do
it
it.
doesn't matter. It
It
still gonna
sounds
sound
bad.
better, bro.
Okay,
Okay,
man.
don't
Oh,
pick
God,
the
so
mic.
funny. Anyway.
Traumatizing your daughter.
She's fine. God, no.
Oh. That's my sister.
So, Contessa Couture Arts.
That's me.
How'd your grades doing, man?
We just started the semester.
How you?
There's nothing in the grade book.
There's something in that grade book. You just put out those stops with your teacher. She had a whole backdrop with a halo light, all sorts of stuff to finish whatever task that she had.
They made us do some state tests, and then they wanted us to, since we do homeschool and we can't be in there in person, that we had to be on a live. I didn't want to look bad in my room for a backdrop. I don't have a good one, so I was like, I want to look good. So I don't think I'm living like it looks like I'm living in a shack because the camera looks bad. And I have like a bunk bed, so it's kind of like I'm huddled under there just taking a test. So I wanted it to look nice. So I put like a little, I took like a sheet and I made like a backdrop. And then I put like a halo and I looked good while taking the
I
test.
didn't see anything you're doing. That sounds awful though. I think you guys
Can
did
you-
the first week.
It was
So like they do it so that you don't cheat or something.
yeah, because it's state tester.
That's not me. Anyway.
Wait, shit, that's lying, right, Bob?
Yeah.
So we're like, Brainiacs, we are almost maybe 2 weeks into 2024.
I think that's a fact.
And it seems like there's been a lot of stuff transpiring within the Twitter sphere.
Twitter's sphere.
Apparently, Cat Williams went off on a whole bunch of people.
That was like last year.
Yeah.
No, was it?
Was it?
I mean, they probably filmed
That's
it
like
last
year
year.
round.
I mean, that's just him
That's
in
a scam.
general.
That's what I said, that's a
More
scam.
recently, the most recent one, he kind of went off on everybody.
Did he? It's kind of funny.
Yeah, he took shots at everybody.
As he should. I don't know.
Except for Mike Epps. Mike Epps.
What happened? I don't know anything.
If he says something,
So-
I feel like it's rightful.
He was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, which is like, I think Club Shay Shay, that has 35 million views, by the way.
That's funny.
Episode with Cat Williams. 35 million. It's crazy. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait till I interview somebody or have a podcast with somebody and we get 35 million.
I'm
In
not
like a
scared
few days.
because everybody will know me and I'm just here. Everybody knows me and I know nothing about them. That's
That's
not
the
terrifying.
reason why I want to do like
No.
But it's
Somebody, if you are successful, or if you are like, if you are a talented person, you're gonna be found. Somebody's going to want to know who you are.
no, yeah, obviously. But the more I can like prevent that, I'm gonna have my private life as private as possible. I'm not gonna have that.
I think that's everything.
I don't mind it. I don't. So
For everyone?
I don't mind.
No, wait, hold on a second. Wait, I'll continue. Wait, continue.
I don't mind like being in the limelight, as long as I can control it. So, for instance, like, yeah, everybody can know you, but it's still based on, like, the annoyance behind it is based on where you are, what you do, and how you move, right? So, like, for instance, like, yeah, we got 35 million views or so on and so forth, but then that's when you start figuring out how to move a little bit differently. Like, for instance, like, obviously you're not going to go to the mall, or you're not going to go to an area where you know your followers or the people that would typically be interested in the things that you talk about would be at.
Yeah, but I like going those places, so no.
Yeah, it's always a different. I guess what I'm saying is there's always a different level of life.
Well, what I'm saying, like, personal life, like, everybody knowing your business.
Well, what makes you feel like everybody know your business?
No, it's
I'm
not
just saying, like, you said as if you don't care if people said know your, like, personal life.
I don't. Because, like, for me,
In what
anybody,
way? To what
I guess
extent?
for me, anybody, if somebody cares enough about me right now, even though I'm, like, essentially nobody, it's still very easy for somebody to get to know who you are, what you're about, and know your information, especially with the internet. Like, all you have to do is know somebody's first and last name. You can probably get half of their timeline in life, especially if they're active on social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's still the
So it's like, people know about you more than you may even think already. I think that's just a fact.
I mean, that makes sense with stuff.
So for me, it's like, I don't care. I wouldn't care if, like, somebody knows everything about me, because it's just like, whatever. Who cares?
It's not a thing where, like, like, if it happens, it happens, but I wouldn't willingly go out and, like, tell people things. Like, I wouldn't do that.
Well, I don't think, like, so the guy I'm talking about, the Shannon Sharp guy that interviewed Cat Williams, him get 35 million views. It's like, it doesn't make him more of a target. Like, he's an ex-football player for one, so he's already been in the limelight. People already know about him. Then he had a big TV show on ESPN with this guy named Chip. So it's like, he's already well known. It's like, whenever you get popular, you're already going to be well known anyway. Like, privacy is going to always kind of, in my opinion, be secondary once you make it in like, the industry.
Yeah, it's been done with a lot of people, I can't say. Like, obviously, you'll find out, like, little things, but as much as I can keep, like, of, like, myself to myself, I'd keep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, like, on all my social medias, we'd be, like, purely just, like, whatever I do. I wouldn't put it out, like, where I'm going or, like, what I do. It just could be, and that's it.
But that's like with me, when I post, I don't know if you guys know this, but especially if it's something personal, I usually do it, like, a week out. So I never do anything like,
like, same day time to post
like,
it. That's usually with your stories, though.
No, I don't even know my stories.
No, like, I know some people post exactly where they are, like, at the same time on their
Yeah, that can actually mess you up. No. How much I have to do that?
No, you never have to.
Like, unless it's your personal, obviously, who cares? Because, like, if there is someone coming over there and you know them. But, like, random, like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, you want a rant to start.
But on top of Shannon Sharp's interview with Cat Williams, the second biggest thing, I think, since 2024 has been a guy that is surfacing all over the internet. He has a weird name. It's like Elon Reddit. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
So he's a dude that jumped over the
Oh, that's his name.
Oh, that's his name?
yeah, that's his name.
I was gonna call him, like,
I didn't know.
Guy who attacked the judge. That jump was crazy. I'll have to put a clip on the TV right here.
I am just like
that brother
impressed with how long he stayed in the air. And it was his form too. Like he jumped.
It definitely felt like he
went,
practiced.
Yeah, like that looks like there was no way that was a premeditated. He's like, if she says no, I'm jumping at her.
I feel like he glided so well. It was almost like R. Kelly's "I Believe I Can Fly" was playing in his mind. Like just
more.
It was a very theatrical.
Like he actually looked like
it was a very Air Jordan.
It looked like someone threw him. Like that.
Like, it was like someone tossed him, like, go.
Yeah. Like that was crazy.
It looked like a movie.
It was
the judge, did you see her? All I saw was her hair. Whenever he tackled her.
Did he get her?
I think he got her.
I think he did touch her. I think he did make contact with her.
Crazy.
And apparently, I think yesterday or today, he actually got charged for that.
Oh yeah.
So like
yeah,
the next day, she charged him for whatever.
Oh yeah, because he was trying to. Oh, I saw.
Yeah, but they brought him in like he was. They brought him in like he was like Hannibal Lecter. He had a mask over his face. He had like some weird chains over his chest.
Funny.
It was.
Yo, they said he ain't telling today.
But
No, because how are you gonna say that you're a good person, you deserve to get the thing, and then you get upset and react that way without getting it?
I think it was her bravado. One thing I will say is sometimes when people are in the position of power or they have a very serious job, sometimes they can get desensitized to that they're actually affecting people's lives. Like, for instance, it's like that one guy that I just heard about that was like, he had schizophrenia and he got caught on the highway. The paramedics came and tried to help him. And then like, he like
freaked out.
He was having a moment.
Makes sense.
So the cops took him and they were supposed to arrest him, but they didn't arrest him. They let him go at a gas station at the county line. I guess they just didn't want to do the paperwork or whatever. He walks back to the highway and then somebody hits him.
Oh my god. Did he die?
Yeah, he died. Yeah.
Wow, what?
But the thing about it was he had schizophrenia. They figured he was on drugs or something like that.
Oh, I was gonna say, why did they arrest him?
Because they...
Wait, so was he caught on the side of the highway?
No, he was
in the
walking
road.
butt naked. Or actually, while he was walking, then he got on top of somebody's 18-wheeler and was like butt naked while the 18-wheeler was driving, and the guy realized he was on top of his car.
Oh, that's crazy.
Called the cops, and then the cops came, or the paramedics came. The paramedics couldn't tell if he was high or if he was under the influence, which he wasn't. He had schizophrenia.
Yeah. Understandable for all parties, like not all parties.
Well, they were being
the paramedics.
the paramedics were
Makes
being
sense.
kind of rude. But my point is, they were desensitized, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
They were like, "Come on, dude, we want to go home. Are you
Yeah.
feeling good?" Like they were annoyed with him.
Yeah.
So, and it, honestly, a lot of times it's because they do it so much.
Wait, with
Yeah.
schizophrenia, that's like you like only see you see people that sometimes aren't there and they hear voices. So, well, how did he get on the highway?
It's hallucinations.
It's hallucinations.
Yeah, so he doesn't know what's actually happening. It's not just people and sounds. It could be anything.
Oh, okay. So what? Like,
So he could have been thinking there was like an alien invasion. He was dying. Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
but I thought he was in his house.
Yeah, or he like thought like someone was attacking him. Like there was like he doesn't.
Yeah, but the crazy part in the video, like he's not being loud. He's actually not even talking. They were mad at him because he wasn't talking. But that's just an example of like people get desensitized.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes like when you're talking to people, especially when you're sentencing somebody or if you're dealing with somebody in a very life-changing situation and you're so used to doing that, it can really push people to the limit. Like for instance, like, and I don't know the whole story, but from what I was told, he actually said that he had mental issues.
Who?
Was he being serious?
The guy that
know.
sleeped at
That's
her?
the thing. Like he
The guy that leaped at her apparently had a mental issue, a mental disorder, and they were aware of it.
Well, you know what I don't like is whenever
When they do
people
that to
say
get the
disorders,
lighter
people who
substance.
actually have
Yeah, I had a
so it makes it.
I had a homeboy that said that he was.
Exactly. So you can't even.
So he can get a lighter
So
substance.
again, that's what I mean when I say obviously it's bad, but you can understand
No, because
why
that's
they think
so-
that way.
I hate it when
Yeah.
people say they have disorders in situations like that because people who actually had disorders make it like it looks crazy for them.
So and
It
it's
does.
hard for
But then at
And
the
it makes
same
it harder
time,
for other people.
at the same
that actually have
time,
to go through it.
I don't know. Like I can't remember what state this happened in.
It sounds like Texas.
But what I will say is, they do sound like something.
It does.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because I can just.
Oh, did you guys see the thing where the guy who played, you know, the guy from School of Rock, the tall guy? He's like a attorney, like in Texas now.
Oh no.
Doesn't they call it
What,
tall
actually?
guy with long black hair? Yeah, in School of Rock.
Oh, what are you talking about? Yeah.
But yeah, so he apparently had mental issues. So the reality of it is, and like I said, I don't know what state it happened in, but I know in New York, where I'm originally from, if you say that you have a mental disorder or you're suffering from like a mental situation, you're not even supposed to go in the courtroom. They're supposed to put you in a room and do it virtually.
What?
Like have your hearing virtually. And even still, like they still brought him in the courtroom after all that went down. So it's like, I don't know if they were even.
Wait, the guy that leaked?
Yeah.
The guy that leaked, what did he get in court for anyway?
So he
attempted assault.
Yeah, so he was originally getting sentenced for attempted assault.
Yeah.
Apparently, he had already got like a few breaks from getting into trouble. I don't know if it was necessarily for the same exact thing, but I do know that he had already did like community service and probation and stuff like that. So basically the judge was just like, well, no, this doesn't seem to be working for you, so you need to taste of something else. But I think the fact that she said it tastes for something else.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah, she's like,
that is crazy, but it's kind of funny.
yeah, so he just was like, all right, so he did what he
yeah,
did.
but that doesn't mean that she was wrong for anything.
No,
That
she
means
wasn't
that
wrong.
That proves more of a reason why he shouldn't have been out. Man,
Yeah, but
it makes sense.
Here's the caveat.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, the caveat is if he really was suffering from mental issues, it's like it's kind of messed up that he was being handled that way.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If it's a situation,
Did he tell them that he was suffering from mental illness before he went to the courtroom or after?
I believe before.
Before, what did he say?
I think his. I don't know for sure, so I don't want to speak too much, but I want to say typically your attorney will say that. And they,
Attorneys' first things are always just plead mental illness.
I mean, you never know. It could have been
Legally, that is. The
But
first
here's
thing
the
I
thing:
always
they
go
can
for.
plead it, but they have to be able to back it up, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, does he have like?
You have to get a
psychiatrist?
Yeah, you got to get a psychiatric evaluation.
Yeah, they can.
So if the attorney is saying it, then more often than none, the guy got psychiatric evaluations. So maybe he failed, maybe he did, maybe
How
he
do you
passed. I
pass?
just don't care.
How do you fakely pass a psychiatric test?
How do you like think it?
Yeah.
Passing it?
I don't know. I guess there's certain ways that you can
You
get
can kind of do mannerisms and stuff. I hope you don't like stand for things.
I think it just all depends on what you're saying you're crazy from.
Wait, hold on.
It definitely depends on what he said. Like if he said something like anger issues, then that makes sense.
Like things,
But like if he said like
okay, like stuff like mentally that happens. That comes from like trauma, right?
no, it can be from like it can be genetic.
born
It
that
can
way.
just be that
Really?
you're born
It could
that
be a
way.
chemical imbalance.
Or that you can be to where it comes into your life later by something that triggers it.
So how does it show in your brain?
It's a imbalance. I would
Yeah,
say.
it's an
It's
imbalance
an
in blood cells.
So you can
for
tell.
instance,
So you can see it.
Like the cell?
Yeah.
So for instance, I got a cousin, fake cousin. He's not my real cousin.
That was
He actually had a drug issue.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Is it whenever you're talking to Sunny? No,
I may have been talking. I don't
Was
know.
that him?
Where-
Or
at the
I usually tell the
market?
story. No. This is a cousin of mine. He smoked some weed, but there was PC.
Oh no, yeah, you
Angel
told us
dust.
this. You told us that.
Yeah, it was angel dust in it, and then after he smoked that, he just thought he could fly, but
Yeah.
he was never normal after that.
Yeah, you told
Yeah, you
us.
told us.
Yeah, he was
Right.
like completely gone.
Completely gone. Like
where it was fried. Yeah.
he'll watch the TV sideways,
Yeah.
and then like he can play back everything the television says.
Yeah.
So backwards or
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he would do it backwards.
And in the same
So
place
like,
and stuff.
yeah, so he'll do it in the
That's
same voice.
terrifying.
He would watch, like, say for instance, Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
He would watch it, and then if we turn the TV off, he would say what he watched that whole day backwards.
That's terrifying. That's crazy.
Creepiest thing
That's
you've ever
creepy,
seen.
but I'm not glorifying it. But how do you remember that?
But then exactly, and then he would get normal with certain people though. Like if his dad came around, he would be normal. If like his niece came around, he would be normal.
What?
But I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like,
What do you?
Like, what if that person
he would be normal. Like he would just be like, "Hey, pop." Like, he'll get up, he'll go take a shower. That's the only way we can get him to take a shower. Other than that, he'll literally sit on the couch for days. He would only get up to use the bathroom and eat. And usually, if he was gonna eat, he would only eat because his mom would cook. So it was just like that. You just put his food there, and he'll wait until you're not looking to eat. But other than that, like you wanted him to take a shower.
It's like having a heat in your house.
Oh,
But like, it's like having kind of like a gremlin in your house.
yeah, but yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, whenever his dad or
Sorry.
his niece came, he would get normal. Like he'll get up,
That's crazy.
he'll
no.
vacuum, he'll start having a conversation, he'll use the bathroom, take a shower. But after that, it was weird. But it was so
Is there any way to like help him? Like,
Yeah.
is there like a way to?
I mean, you talking about that was
like
2000.
19 Oh,
You
that's
know what I mean? Yeah, that was 2000, like 1996 to 2000s.
Yeah, so there's
years.
like nothing there. For
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really, and we were kind of low income, so it's not like.
Yeah, you can't even if there was. Any.
Yeah, but like,
That's
for instance, like sometimes you just know when people have an issue.
Yeah.
And it's like, he looks normal. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, even with the guy that jumped at the judge, it's like, he looked normal. Even when he used to do weird, creepy stuff, he looked normal. So it just was like, you wouldn't know. Like, if he was walking,
Like, you would think he was playing a joke. Like, you think he's being funny.
You would think he just messing with you.
Like what? Like it was like what?
Like, he wouldn't talk. So it's like, he looks like the picture of a regular person, but you have a conversation, he's just like, like doing stuff like that.
Scary.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And so it's just like, yeah, it's just
Oh, that's why I would hate that.
he had issues. So I mean,
I could possibly, but with what I've seen, I'm not gonna like assume. I don't think that he had.
I don't think he had nothing wrong. He was like, he called her a few words a few times. He called her a few names.
Yeah, no,
Like,
even all of that.
He went in on her for sure. So I don't know. But apparently, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or today, he actually went to court to stand for the charges that he got that day that he did that.
That's fine.
So they threw the book at him. Like,
Yeah,
they got him.
too.
They got him for like attempted murder.
Was it the same thing?
No, it was a whole different. Yeah, they tried to get him. They got him for attempted murder.
I know I'm laughing. This is awful, but like
they got him for like domestic violence on an elder over 60 years. Yeah, I didn't even know. I'm like, they put her age. They're like a domestic violence on the elderly or senior citizen. I think they said over 60. Yeah,
that's funny.
Then it was like, I guess he was spitting when he was talking, so they got him on like felony count of bodily fluid harm. They got him on
Bodily fluid harm from a spit.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They got him on like attacking an officer. They just like he got the book.
That's hilarious.
They want him.
No, because what are you doing?
Yeah,
because he honestly messed it up for himself. Yeah. Why do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, he probably would have got 6 months, but now he
exactly in like years now. You're so stupid.
We had 6 months.
Probably.
Didn't even get that much.
For an attempted battery or whatever it was. From my understanding, especially if they're using the word attempted.
Yeah. It's probably not gonna be that much. Like maybe a year, if anything.
At the most.
Yeah,
but
and he was tripping over. Like, come on.
Like, bruh.
Like,
bruh.
I feel like that already shows that if he actually did assault them, the guy would probably have been dead.
Yeah.
Or it could show that he really is crazy and he wasn't thinking.
That's what I was trying to say in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It could show that, hey, maybe he is just a nut.
That's what I was saying.
And, didn't care about the consequences or the repercussions of what he was doing.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That was so fun.
But that's
no, I just remember scrolling through Google and I just saw, and they paused it at the frame where he was jumping. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought it was ended.
Actually?
Yeah, I thought it was edited. I was going through Google and it was like on like the slideshow thingy, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that?
I saw it on the Alexa.
Did you?
On the Alexa screen. And it said breaking news. Yeah.
Oh god,
it's messed up.
funny.
I'm curious to see how it turns out, because if he really did have mental issues and this occurred, it's like, did they handle it the right way?
Obviously,
was he even supposed to be in the courtroom?
Yeah.
And then you gotta think about it. They brought him back into the courtroom.
Yeah, that's
after
crazy.
That, the very
So
next day.
you have to think
obviously
about
to prove
too.
a point.
With restraints, though.
With restraints, but still, like, come on, Brad, you can do it virtually. All the virtual sessions that we have.
I don't think they do it virtually. I think they do it with like an officer and then the judge in a
Yeah, it's not virtually. It's just more private.
It's just like it's kind of how they do like the kid ones, where they do it in like
the juvenile courts, where they do.
No,
it's like,
trust me, there's some court circuits that do it.
No, yeah, they
especially
do.
like in California, like the prisoners or whoever is being charged doesn't even get to leave the jail cell.
Yeah, no, that's
not the jail cell, the prison.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What if like a judge doesn't feel safe around like certain like people and then they just do it virtually?
They can.
They can. That's a thing. Or they can choose someone else to do it.
I had a speeding ticket, and I went into the courtroom to take care of it. I was very young, first and foremost.
Okay.
I think I had just got a car, and I didn't even. The crazy part about it was, short long story.
Okay.
So I was going to rent a car, went to a used car lot that rented cars. This was in Clarkston, Georgia, and the guy there had this 2002 Lincoln Continental 4-door, and I was gonna try to rent it. He's like, why would you rent it? Just try to buy it. And lo and behold, I was able to buy it. I think I gave him like $2,000 down, and I bought it. They had gone there, a brand new car. We had like 8,000 miles on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got a
And
picture.
he wrecked it? Or, you got speeding.
So, got the car. Crazy part about it was though, I didn't have my license. I had a permit. So he let me buy it. He let me buy it without a license.
He didn't check it.
And he just wanted the money, and I had money. You know,
Yeah,
I've been on my own since I was 14. So, I'm trying to remember the concept. Okay, so got the car at the time. I want to say I was 17. I may have been 17 or 18.
You should hide it with.
I was gonna say, how do you not have your license?
So I had a New York license, but it had expired. In Georgia, you can't transfer it over or whatever. So I only had a Georgia permit from the last time I was in Georgia. So long story short, I was driving. I was coming out of a gas station, and this cop was speeding. this cop was speeding into the gas station.
Okay.
And I looked at him.
The cop was speeding?
The cop was speeding.
Okay.
But I was young.
Okay.
So, like, I just looked at him like, you know, I gave him like a...
How'd you do that?
Because I'm like, you almost hit my car. Like,
Okay.
he almost hit me. So I mean mugged him as he was driving by. And
You were a black guy in 2000.
Exactly.
Are you serious? No, because that was...
I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the story.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But for me, it was like,
It makes sense, yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
So he
He gave you a speeding ticket while you were sitting still?
No, let me finish.
Oh, okay.
Finish the story.
I would be mad.
So I'm driving. He follows me and he waits for me to get to like kind of like a cutoff in the road where I was. So I was actually on my way to work. I was working for this guy named Mr. William in Stone Mountain. And when you get downtown Stone Mountain, there's like it's like small houses and stuff. So he waited till I got into like a little kind of like an alley type thing, pulls me over, and he just hops out the car, just super freaking aggressive. And obviously it's like I already know he gonna be a jerk because I mean mugged him.
Yeah.
But so he hops out the car super aggressive, and so I was super aggressive.
Why?
I was 17 years old. So
Yeah, but you look like 30.
Yeah, probably.
so he's like, "Where's your license and registration?" I said, "I'm not giving you nothing," but I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes, "Oh yeah, you is." And I said, "Look, man." I said,
white?
Black dude.
Oh.
So I said, "Look, man." I said, "You upset because I mean mugged you when you almost hit me."
Yeah.
I said, "Let's just be real."
Yeah.
I said, "You just upset because I mean mugged you because you almost hit. I almost hit you. Oh, I didn't almost hit you." I said, "You did. It's all good." I said, "Just leave me alone." He goes, Nah. I said, "So why did you pull me over?" He goes, "Your license plate is curved. It's bent." I'm like, "What?"
Shut up.
So he he pulled me over because my license plate wasn't displayed properly.
Oh my God.
That was the reason for the initial pullover, at least according to him.
No, because I would have got my car though.
So
Yeah, I would have just drove off.
So, long story short, we get into it. That's the rest of that story is a story for. Actually, no, I guess it is a story for this episode. So, we get back and forth into it, and I'm just like super freaking upset. And I'm just like, "Look, man, you know this is messed up. God is gonna get you. Are you mad because I'm a young black man and I'm probably making more money than you?"
Say that.
I'm 17.
Oh God.
There's something Toro did.
I'm arrogant.
Toro be going on.
I'm arrogant. I'm 17. I got daggone, $4,000 or $5,000 in my pocket. He's being mean. I'm late to work, which technically wasn't even like a job. It was like I worked for Mr. William, but
It's like an internship.
yeah, like I made money. So like I made him money. So even though I was working for him, it was like I would get him deals for catering and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it was like you messing up my extra money because at the time I was doing party promotion and stuff like that. So we got just back and forth, and then his supervisor came. So the supervisor came. Oh no! Let me rewind. So I finally give him my permit,
Why?
and he's just like smirking, like he knew he had got me. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, I know I'm gonna get a ticket.
Yeah.
But he comes back out and he's like, go ahead and step out the car for me. And he's smiling. He's just cheesing.
I'll be mad.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
actually,
I was livid.
That's so nice.
I said, "Are you?" I'm at that point. I'm upset. I'm like, "You for real?" Because I knew what he was gonna arrest me. That's why I told him to get out the car. So I'm like, "No, I'm not getting out the car." He goes, "Oh, you gonna get out the car?" And he's
You
smiling.
not speed away. Oh, that was funny.
He's smiling. And I'm like, "I'm not getting out the car." So what I did, I called the police.
Why?
I asked for a supervisor. And so the supervisor ended up coming.
Okay.
Older black dude. And the supervisor came. He's like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
I told him what's going on. I said, "Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I know I'm young, but I'm very aware of myself. I got disrespectful because I felt disrespected."
Okay.
Told him the whole situation. Told him why he pulled me over. I told him, and he's like, "Well, you driving with a permit?" I said, "I understand that. I bought the car this way."
Yeah.
And he goes, "You bought this vehicle?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I bought the car with my permit." And he goes, "If you can show me you paid for this car and it got your name on it, I'll work with you." They didn't believe it. So I went, I got my title,
Yeah.
and I got all the paperwork, and I showed him. And he's like, "What do you do? What you do?" I said, "I don't do what you think I do. I didn't say you sold drugs. Young man, I didn't say you sold drugs. I didn't say this." So I told him what I did. I said, "I do party promotions, and that's what I do."
Yeah.
So he goes, "Well, you ain't supposed to be driving without a person 21 back then.
You had to be.
You had
It was
to
someone with a license.
It has
or
to be
someone
somebody
It's only
with,
that now too.
It
Yeah.
has to be somebody with a driver's license over the age of 21. Now it's even more strict because it has to be a family member.
Yeah.
The person has to have your last name that's in the
Oh,
car."
that's crazy.
But it's crazy.
I didn't know that.
So
And then you
he's
can't
like,
even drive other family members or
Yeah, you
friends
can't
around.
drive. I know you can't drive anyone that isn't immediate family.
yeah. I showed him the title. I showed him like all the paperwork, and he's like, "Well, he really won't take you in." And I said, "I know." I said, "But it's messed up." He goes, "Look," he goes, "All right, I'm telling him to write you a ticket because at the end of the day, you don't have a driver's license." I said, "But that's not why he even pulled me over." He's like, "Look, you can't argue with me. I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you." So it's like I couldn't argue with him.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Look, I'm gonna tell him to give you a ticket." So he has the dude give me a ticket, and then he tells the guy to leave off, the cop to leave off, and the cop is mad. And I'm wondering like why he mad. I mean, I know he mad because he wanted to arrest me, and he couldn't. But then the supervisor comes back and he goes, "I got some more news for you. I can't see you drive off in that car."
What?
He's like, "They wanted me to tow it." So they was trying to tow my car. So I had to call Mr. William and get Mr. William to come from the restaurant to pick up the car to drive it off because I was supposed to be driving with somebody
Oh my god.
21
They just
old.
had him turn around.
So that's the first half of the story.
That's
And it just leads me up to like the
What,
point
can
where
I guess?
what?
Can I guess what the ticket was? Was he trying to be ironic because he was?
Oh no. So the ticket no.
Oh.
The ticket he got me for was he got me for operating a motor vehicle without a driver's license.
I thought you said you were speeding.
No. He said that I had he originally said he pulled me over for the plate being.
Oh, okay.
being
When you
big.
first started the story, you said you were speeding.
Yeah.
No, he was speeding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I understand
But
that,
you
but you
said
said you got a ticket for speeding.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You said I got a
Yeah, you
speeding
said you got a speeding ticket.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did. That's why I was confused.
Hold on. I think he did. No, speeding for speeding.
Okay, right.
He did.
Did he?
Really?
Was he trying to be ironic?
He was. Yes.
Okay.
First, he said I had a plate.
Okay.
Then he came back and said I was speeding. He said I was doing a 30 and a 25. That's what I was talking about, the weird
Okay.
roads.
I figured that's what you meant. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's, okay, yes.
I was like, that's
Sorry.
effective.
So yeah, how he got me, like I said, the small roads where you get into the little villages.
Yeah.
Stone Mountain is a historical area.
Yeah.
So if you go anything over the speed limit, it's a fine.
Okay.
So even if the speed limit is 25, you do 27 or 30,
Oh, you
you're
have to
getting
do
a
trouble?
ticket.
I thought there was like a median of what you
No, if you're in a historic
you
area.
have to do.
Because you're like,
So yes, he did. He got me for speeding.
But was it valid?
Well, yeah.
I mean, no, I wasn't speeding. But I wasn't speeding, but
that's in technical terms.
He did it to be an asshole because I said that he was speeding whenever.
Yeah, so, I figured he was being ironic.
Yeah, he got me for that, and then he got me for not having a driver's license. Mm-hmm. So it ended up being like $2,000 for the fines. Yeah, the fines were like the speeding fine was like because it was in a historic area, so the speeding fine was like $300 or something.
Oh, that's so annoying.
And then how
was the speeding fine more?
Yeah.
It wasn't. The speeding fine was $300, and then the fine for no driver's license was like $8. Or no, it went $2,000 in. It was a little over $1,000.
Okay.
It got to $2,000. So this is what happened, and this is my concept of the judicial system and how people just are arrogant.
Yeah.
So I don't have a car, so I can't make the money I was typically making.
Okay. Oh wait, so you couldn't drive a car?
Wait, so he didn't give you your car?
I couldn't drive. Yeah, I had my car.
You can drive.
But I wasn't about to drive it again after going through all that.
Yeah, and you live in the same area.
Exactly.
So it's easy you can say something.
No, I couldn't drive the car.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost money.
Okay.
So the first court appearance, I went to court, told the judge that I needed a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, if you need a little bit more time, we'll give you 30 more days. And they said, how much do you think you can pay today? I said, I don't think I can pay anything today, or I know I can't pay anything today.
Yeah.
So she said, okay, go ahead and talk to the clerk. Went to the clerk. The clerk gave me 30 days, but they tacked on an extra $500.
What?
Because I didn't pay that day.
There was a interest rate of it? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
What's happening?
I'm dead serious.
Did they tell you that?
No, she just was like, go talk to the clerk. So when I went to talk to the clerk, it was either it was an option.
Okay.
Because you could do probation, but the probation you had to pay like $80 a week. I think it was a week or a month. It may have been a month. You had to pay like $80 a month to be on probation, but they make you stay on that for 6 months. So it's like, no, I'm not a criminal. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So long story short, I got $500 tacked on. That's how I got close to the $2,000.
Okay.
Then I just couldn't pay it. I ended up having to go to New York to make some money and couldn't make that payment. When I finally got the money, I showed up to the courthouse, and the crazy part about it was I went to the other side and I'm like, hey, I had a court date, I missed it. Just wondering if I can either do community service or try to pay it off. So they're like, okay, hold on 1 second. Have a seat right there. And I see like 3 cops come from the back. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get the hell out of here real quick. And right when I walked out, they're like, hey, come here, let's talk to this. I'm like, oh
my.
So I had a bench warrant for a ticket. It's crazy. I had a bench warrant for the ticket because I didn't pay the ticket. If you don't pay your ticket on time, if you don't go to court, or you don't get an attorney, you don't go to court, you don't show up, the issue was called a bench warrant.
That's terrifying.
The bench warrant, you get locked up and you get attacked. It taxed on like an extra $300.
They just want people to.
They just want money.
Exactly. So I'm trying to paint the picture of why homie probably.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not painting a picture. That's your story.
So listen. So I'm just saying, like, things happen. Like, it could have been worse for him.
Yeah.
So.
But he should have
that was a
judgment.
I'm walking out the courthouse, and these 3 big cops following me.
That's terrifying.
I'm crossing the crosswalk, and they're like, "Hey, no, let's talk. Come talk to us."
No.
So I stop, and they just come right by me, and just one grabs me under each shoulder. I BS you not. Each one of them grabbed me under my arm and literally lift me up and just walk me back into the courthouse. That was like the most embarrassing, like a picture of a grown man walking across the street and 2 big muscle-bound cops are just like, hey, no. Like, no more talking, just grabs me, walks me into the courthouse, and I'm just like, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, they were trying to put cuffs on me. I'm like, no, you're not putting handcuffs on me. I ain't do nothing. Like, I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. And luckily enough, it was an older cop there. And he's like, look, you gotta calm down. I said, I understand what you're saying, but I came in here to try to do the right thing. And not putting them handcuffs on me. And I'm just losing it. And he's like, look, I'm supposed to put you in that jail cell. Because you gotta remember, like, in Stone Mountain, it's a small area, so it's not a huge jail.
It's just like a little, like,
it's like
a little,
it's a rinky-dink type
it's
situation.
Not even like a thing.
But still, in my mind, I'm thinking, you ain't putting me behind bars.
Yeah.
So, they didn't put the handcuffs on me, but I did have to go into the cell. But he left the door open. he was like, he gave me his cell phone. Yeah, he gave me his cell phone. And he's like, call whoever you need to call. Or no, he came in, he goes, I got good news and I got bad news. Mm-hmm. He was like, good news is, you can actually see the judge tonight.
Okay.
Which was crazy, because in usually court is like from like...
You have to plan it out.
Well, no, I mean, court is usually Monday through Thursday, like 9 a.m. to like 3 or 9 a.m. to 5. But because we were in Stone Mountain, it's a rinky-dink type town.
Yeah, like no one has it.
Everybody from Decatur, all the judges and people like that, they work in Decatur. And then they come to the small towns later on in the afternoon. So luckily enough, Stone Mountain held all their court dates Thursdays, and it starts at 6 o'clock. And it stops at like 9. So he goes, I got good news and bad for you. Or he goes, I got good news and bad news. He said, you can actually see a judge today, which means you're not going to get transferred to a jail until Monday. He goes, bad news is the judge is an asshole. And I'm just like, and that dude was an a-hole.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was a jerk. I mean, he was like, I'm not going to hold you. He made me not like
white people?
Black people.
Black people?
Black judge.
Oh.
He made me question if we care about our... Needless to say...
Just say it now.
Our community.
Yeah, I mean...
So needless to say...
It's self-protection at that point.
I'll paint the picture. They, like I said, they do everybody in Decatur, then they do the small town stuff.
Yeah.
So the paddy wagon, or whatever you want to call it, from Decatur came to Stone Mountain with all the people who basically committed crimes in Stone Mountain that had to go to court.
Yeah.
So before the court starts, it's these 3 guys that go into the other jail cell across from me. And
yours is like open and stuff. And like, oh, they didn't. Oh, I feel so bad for you. They had to been mighty funny.
And they were like straight. They were they didn't.
They didn't.
Nah, they were straight like one. So all 3 of them had the same charge.
Yeah.
There was like they had gun possession, discharging a firearm, all sorts of crazy stuff. So tell me why they basically chained all of them up together to walk into the courthouse. But because I was the only, really, I don't even think it was because I was the only one there, but they added me on to these fools. So we walking in the damn courtroom.
Are you joking?
We're walking in the courtroom and we getting paraded from the back of the courtroom to the front.
Oh my God.
All these people are in the courtroom, and I'm handcuffed to the little trio of kids that literally just got in trouble for gun possession and disarming a firearm, so on and so forth. So, yeah, they handcuffed me to these kids. Walk us into the courtroom.
Why didn't you tell them no?
At that time, the dude that was being nice to me had already left, the older cop. So it was like I was kind of left to my own devices. So, and technically, the older cop knew Mr. William too. So it was kind of like he knew who I was. He always came in the restaurant. He knew I didn't cause trouble, so on and so forth. But he was leaving, and I wish he would have stayed, but I don't think it mattered because the judge was a jerk. So. Then it didn't help, like I said, that they walked me in there with those kids.
Why would you do that?
So he's talking to the first 3 guys first, and he's like, "Oh, this is your first time. I don't believe nothing you're saying." And he gave the first guy, I think it was a $5,000 bond.
Oh my!
Or he could do 3 months. He goes, "You can do a $5,000 bond or 3 months." He told the other guy, no bond, 6 months. And then the third guy, I guess he had the harsher charge. He told him he had to pay a mandatory destitution fine or something weird. and then he had a year and 2 months, and then if he got an attorney, or when he got an attorney, he said that he would revisit the punishment.
Okay, tell me what they actually did though. I feel like
Wait, so they all got the
sh-
same charge? Though?
Yeah, they all got charged with disarming shooting a gun,
yes.
and having illegal possession of
But
it.
they each got
were all
different
underage.
Okay.
But they each
No. You don't that's my point. This is the point of my story. According to the other two guys, they never had the gun.
Okay.
It was the last guy that got the 1.5 year charge.
Yeah.
It was his gun. He admitted that it was his gun.
Yeah.
He was the one that shot it.
Yeah.
But because the other two dudes were with him, just on the strength that they were with him, the judge still charged them.
Oh.
Why?
So they were just
That's
with
just
them.
the system. Yeah, that's just how it worked.
Oh my god.
And like I said, the third guy admitted that.
Yeah.
But then in the court's eyes, they're looking like, oh no, you're just lying so that you can get your friends off, so on and so forth. And none of them had a lawyer.
Yeah.
So it's literally just their word and at the mercy of that judge, who obviously had a long day,
Yeah.
didn't care or have any regard for life,
Yeah.
or
Makes sense.
trying at all.
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah.
didn't give any of them probation, none of that.
Yeah.
So when it came to me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, is he with them? And I'm like, no, I got a ticket charge. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't pay a ticket. And he still went off on me. He goes, oh no, we gave you 3 months to pay this ticket, and you just don't have any respect for the law. If you had respect for the judicial system, if you had respect for the law, you would have paid this ticket when you had an opportunity to.
Shut up.
So I'm just like,
No, because
so he goes, you can pay the ticket, and I'm trying to remember exactly what he said to me. He said, you can pay the ticket, or you can do 20 days. That's what he said. He said, you can pay the ticket or do 20 days in jail.
No, thank you, sir.
So I was
Wait,
like,
how many for the
I would
ticket?
say how much was the ticket at that
So-
point? Please tell me like threw the money at
the
oh my
ticket,
God.
the ticket was like,
Like $3,000 now.
At that
it
point,
was
like
up
4,000.
well, so what happened was, my dad had showed up.
Oh my god.
And yeah, this fool, he gonna come up to me talking about something, can you do the 20 days? I looked at him, I said, if you don't call my girl
Oh my
and
god.
go get my cat, come on, can I do the 20 days? Come on, you want to spend all that money? Can you do the 20 days? I said, yo, if you don't call, at the time she was my girlfriend. I'm like, if you don't call my girl,
Yeah.
your mom, my wife, to go get me some money.
Yeah.
So
Where'd you even, you just had your money at the house?
I had like $5,000 inside of a Bible that I had cut a hole in. So yeah,
Holy one.
so yeah,
That's
your
true.
mom ends up coming to the courthouse.
Where
And,
is
She was like, alright.
yeah,
Did she just walk in and just
She just walked up her sleeve.
yeah, so yeah, the judge goes, you can pay the fine or you could do 20 days in jail. I'm tired of you saying you don't have the money. But the thing about it was what I will say, when she went to go pay, they lowered it.
Mhm.
So it was at the $3,000, but she,
Okay.
if I remember correctly, she said when she paid, they only charged her like $500
What?
or something like
$500?
that.
What?
I don't know if it, cause so from what I do remember, the
Did
kid,
mom scheme?
the third kid, he told him 1.5 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But because he had already been in jail for like 2 weeks before he went to court, they gave him time served.
Okay.
And I guess for every day you're in jail, at least back then in Georgia, for every day you're in jail, they give you 4 or 5 days or 7 days. So every day is 7 days if you're in there and you haven't seen a judge yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
it
what
did 7 days.
so what I'm thinking is because they held me,
Let's say they counted that as a day.
they counted that as something
Okay.
because they actually
They have
detained
to
me.
because there's nothing else.
But yeah, he was a jerk.
Yeah.
I was at that point. I had already experienced what I experienced with the cop a few months ago, so I was super respectful when I went in there.
Yeah.
I went in there to try to figure something out, and I still literally got the book thrown at me.
Yeah.
So my thing is,
But you didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything. You were that. It actually made sense why you reacted.
But if somebody really does have an issue, it's really hard to keep your composure.
It makes sense.
Like having that experience at such a young age for me, specifically knowing that I never wanted to be in that position.
Yeah.
And then for me, what hurt me the most was like I'm in that position because I'm trying.
Yeah.
I was in that position because I was a very young person in a nice car. Obviously, I shouldn't have mean mug a cop. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
I would do it. It's how Tim.
No, especially again, you like he almost hit you like, come on, and then he tried to get upset with you and then act like, and then you lied.
Yeah, if I was a hub, I'd be like, sorry.
But yeah, so for me, it was just like, if you are not a level-headed person,
I understand.
I can understand like getting like when I'm talking about that cop or that judge. That judge was mean. Like, I remember it was a dude.
Oh, you're
talking about my judge. It was a dude. I remember his name. I remember that experience was so bad that I remember every officer that day's name, first and last name, and badge numbers. And I remember the judge's name, first and last name.
That's not good. That's another level.
Like it was
trauma.
It was that bad.
Yeah, it's awful. That's bad.
Like, I had like, I wouldn't say nightmares, but I definitely had sleepless nights because of that experience. And then, like I said, the whole concept of like being chained up to 3 other people, it's like
because I already put you in a bad like.
Exactly. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but when I'm busting my butt, I'm making legal money. I'm doing what I gotta do, and I still get chained up next to.
Yeah, I can see.
So for me, it's like, I didn't have an opportunity to get an attorney. I didn't have an opportunity to do anything. Yeah. Obviously, because I was trying to get out of there as quick as I possibly could.
No, it's just funny because you suddenly just grabbed you and just walked out.
Yeah, like sad.
That's sad.
That was the most embarrassing but funny. Like now it's funny, but back then it was horrifying. Like, oh my God. And I mean, it was traffic. It was like 5 o'clock. It was like people getting off of work.
So everyone saw it. Did anyone say anything?
No, nobody said. I mean, who sees that? Like, you're just gonna look and just be like, that's like it's crazy. But yeah, so no, that judge was mean.
That's awful.
It made me, and it shouldn't be about race, obviously.
But no,
but it definitely made me feel like, dang.
No, because why would you act like that?
And
check it out. Just because he's your own.
And the crazy part about it was everybody found out I was there, so everybody in the community showed up to the court. So it wasn't.
Was it been to or just walk?
Like to
maybe that's why.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's why. Because can't the jury like help like? Help
well, they weren't part of the jury.
Oh, they were watching.
Yeah, they were just in there. But my point is like, for me to be there, and I would say it wasn't a whole bunch of people, but at least 8 people. Yeah. It was people. It was like Mr. William. It was another lady. Basically, everybody that has shops around the restaurant.
Yeah, anyone who knew.
So it's like these people are in the community. So if they're here for me, come on, man. Obviously, I'm not that big of an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy. So I have witnessed firsthand.
Sure, is it? Like, can you just walk into a random courtroom and just watch?
Yeah.
We should do that.
It's a public forum.
That would be so interesting.
That would not be fun.
That's how I got in trouble. The very first time I ever got into any type of trouble, I was actually in court with a buddy of mine. He stole something from CVS. And he had to go to court, and he didn't want to tell his mom, so I kind of just went there to support him. But there was a guy in the back of the in the back of the courthouse, and when we were walking out, he asked us if we wanted to make some money, and that's all he did. He would stay in the courthouse and try. And basically, he would like scout. He would scout out. No, he wasn't a cop. He was a gangster. He would just scout out kids that wanted to make money. Like that was his thing. He would go on to the court.
In what way?
What does this have to do with you getting in trouble?
He's explaining. Stop talking.
So in New York, you have some guys that will stay in the courtrooms and listen to your charges. Yeah. To see if they can hire you to do certain jobs illegally.
That's smart. I'm not obviously like more.
But if you're going to a courtroom, doesn't mean they got caught. Like, why are you doing that?
Not necessarily. So, for instance, my friend, he was there with a few other people. Mm-hmm. So when he went and he caught his charge, the judge asked him who he was with, and he didn't snitch.
Yeah.
So because he didn't snitch, that's why they wanted to deal with him.
No.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they felt like, okay, well, if he can go in front of a judge and not snitch, not tell on somebody, we can use him on a job, and he'll stay loyal.
No. Not for some. Obviously, from like a their point of view, that makes sense. But like,
Yeah, you're thinking about it from a
just
logical point of view.
Yeah.
But you're talking about,
Yeah.
but you're talking
Someone
about
who-
illogical people. Who are
Yeah.
criminals.
They don't care.
They don't care about that.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody was in court and they had just got in trouble for, beating up, like one kid was in there, he got in trouble for domestic disturbance. He had beat up 3 other dudes by himself.
Okay.
So they were like, yeah, we want him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would
You
too.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So unfortunately, that's what used to happen in New York, especially if you were under 18. The laws were different too. So like they would try to get kids that were young to do certain
Japan.
things.
In Japan, if you're under the age of, if you're a minor, then if you could do any crime, even kill somebody, and you won't be sentenced or even be in prison. You just,
Oh yeah, you're 30. Yeah, you won't go to jail.
you just have to be a minor. That's why there's like a lot of like minors.
Yeah, we're like mental illness. Let's go like on a rampage.
And like,
That's crazy.
they don't even hold them out then.
Yeah, no,
They just
yeah.
like, court date, they're off.
Yeah, they'll like give them like something. Like they'll like give them like mandatory like psychiatric help.
Something,
It wasn't that easy in New York, but I mean, in New
That was
York,
completely random. I thought
if
it
you're
was
under
cool.
16,
It's not cool, but like,
in New York, if you were under 16, you got less of a charge, but over 16, you were tried as an adult.
16.
So when you turn 16, you do something, they charge you as an adult.
That's dumb.
Because you had so many people doing what I was telling you, they'll get kids to do their dirty work because it was a lesser charge.
What? That's crazy.
imagine.
Do they even like pay for it if they get caught?
No.
Usually they take care of you. I mean, you got like,
You have that.
yeah, like
It's
if
good.
they used to get a young dude, if they get pulled over with drugs or with guns or anything like that,
Yeah.
the younger person takes the charge because it's a lesser charge. And like if you got a whole bunch of dope or something like that, you basically say you use it. If you say you use, you get a lesser charge. They'll give you like AA, like Alcoholic Anonymous, or you have to go do like the detox thing, but it ain't nothing because you ain't really addicted to it.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you get
Don't they still test you though?
I mean, yeah, they
Like,
test you, but you take like usually. I don't know why I'm sharing all this with y'all,
It's
but
not like I'm gonna do it.
I mean, if you get like so
Yeah.
from what I witnessed, if you get pulled over, depending on what you have, like most of the kids was already smoking weed, so if they get to test you for that, it is
You're
what it is.
screwed. Yeah.
But like with if it was anything other than that, you just put some of it in your mouth.
Yeah.
That way, if you got tested, it's in your system. You tell them you use, and then you tell them it's your pistol or whoever you did it for. Typically, they'll stop by your house, take care of your mama, take care of your brothers and your sisters, see you get out, and then they don't have to do
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
yeah. But yeah, to my
No,
point,
that's sad.
about
But like that's
different judges and different people in the judicial systems that have a very stark viewpoint. I think it does speak. What he did was very wrong, but it does speak volumes to the concept of people not interfering, but being able to control what happens in people's lives.
Yeah.
Obviously, you make a wrong decision, you got to get punished for it.
Yeah.
And that's rightfully so. All I'm saying is sometimes people do it so much. Yeah, and sometimes people do it so much they legitimately just do not care
Yeah, that's
about
fine.
the effect. So
Yeah.
if you're not a level-headed person, you can definitely lose it. Because I'm telling you right now, when I was in that courtroom,
Yeah, that makes sense. I can understand.
I wanted to say this. I had the nastiest look on my face, and the cop that originally gave me the ticket was there too.
Ugh,
And,
no.
and that, he was a jerk. He yelled at the lady because her baby was crying. He goes, "Ma'am, you gotta shut that baby up. We're in a courthouse." And everybody was just like, "What's like, run?"
Oh my
Like,
God.
yeah, that's the type of people I was dealing with.
Like
That's the
my
type
thing
of people
is-
I was dealing with.
Okay, I think there should be a certain thing with cops. This is me personally, just from what I've seen. Okay,
I think cops
I
go to
think-
jail so that they can know what they need to do.
most cops, it's kind of funny because I know a lot of cops. This is weird because they go through a lot of training, but a lot of them are
No,
overweight.
half of them don't go. Half of them know to go to the training. They just
It
get
doesn't
like
have to
it's
be-
like generationally.
So
they're
from
like
what
they're
I-
bad
It doesn't
cops
have to
when
be
they're
weird.
From what
bad.
I remember,
But some, I feel like, should also get tested like mentally.
they are. They're
There's
supposed to
some
get mentally
cops-
tested.
They don't though.
Josh passed his mental evaluation. That's
He's a
why.
firefighter.
Yeah, but he tried to be a cop. And he didn't pass his mental evaluation.
Oh, bad.
Oh, he didn't pass it. Whatever they asked him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he didn't pass. Yeah, he didn't pass it.
Well, he was a firefighter though.
That's a
Yeah, listen. He wanted to be a cop.
But he settled for firefighter.
Yeah, because he didn't pass his mental evaluation when he went to be a cop.
Oh, dang, we got questions to ask him.
I don't know.
It probably, watch it be ones that are like for good people and that's why they didn't hire him. I feel like that's what it is.
No, I feel like he said the question that he had. So he did a mental evaluation, and then he also had to do a questionnaire. And he said he passed the questionnaire. He did say one guy failed the questionnaire because it was like a question like, would you buy a kid alcohol? And the guys, or no, I think they asked one of the guys if he had ever bought an underage person alcohol. And he was honest and said yeah. So he failed because he was honest and said yeah. But as far as the psych evaluation, I don't know what they do there. But no, like, yeah, they go through that type of stuff. It's just, I don't know. I think in any job,
I just see a lot of videos where cops are trying to catch people and they like just can't. They don't have the physique
they're
to
overweight.
do it.
Yeah, or like they break their ankle on like the tiny
I think
stuff.
I think it's different states too.
That was just me though. I just wanted to say
That's
that.
not just me.
I thought it was funny.
I think different states have more relaxed situations. I do know in order to be a cop, I don't know if this has changed. You have to work in a jail. You have to work in their jail or the prison for, I think, like 2 years, the next minimum.
To be a cop?
Yeah.
Then how is there so many cops?
You gotta be a correctional officer first.
No.
So you have to work into the jail first before you actually become a cop.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Where is yours?
But yeah, folks,
But people are like, I want to help
we
the
want
community.
you guys
I wanna help the world.
we want you guys to not just be, we want you guys to not just have fun with the concept of that guy jumping over and lunging at that lady, but we also want you guys to be aware that both ends of the spectrum have a very, very intricate concept. Like the judge could be more considerate, but obviously she does have a job to do, and obviously she did not deserve to be attacked at the same.
No, she didn't deserve to be elite.
No, that was prey. That was not
prey.
At the same time, I will say, not knowing that guy's situation, I have been placed in positions in the judicial system that has been extremely unfair. And I can see if you have a mental instability or you've just been through a lot in a day, how it can definitely mess up your viewpoints and opinions on how you handle things. So while it seems fun, it's not necessarily fun. It's definitely not funny.
It's just funny that they picked
That was
us.
awful.
It's definitely interesting. But we want you guys to make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Any experiences similar to what we talk about, we want you guys to leave that down in the description below and kind of share with us your experiences and how you feel about this. As always, I am at C.A.M's Brain, and I'm always with my lovely co-host,
Contessa Couture. Arts. You really?
That was a nice little way.
See, I was doing good this time.
You guys have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Peace.